Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving us goodness, happiness, healthy, and mercy so we can attend in this occasion in good condition and happy situation. Secondly, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which say Allahumma sholli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. The Honorable our lecturer, Ms. Rasdila Pratiwi M. Hum, and to all my beloved friends, I am Muhammad Fahri. As the moderator today, before we start the presentation, let's say Basmala first. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are from Group 6. And for the first speaker is Sarah Anggraini. Time is yours.
Punctuation is defined as a set of symbols used to separate and clarify the meaning of sentence and written elements. In other words, punctuation tells reader of your writing where the pause, what words are quotation, and which are clarification, where words have been omitted, and more. Read the resource below to get up to speed on commas, hyphens, semicolons, and all other punctuation marks. And punctuation is the system of symbols that we use to separate written sentence and part of sentence. And to make their meaning clear, each symbol is called a punctuation mark. Why is punctuation important? Writing formally in English is more than just choosing the right word in the right order. Using punctuation in your writing helps the reader to clearly understand and the message that is being conveyed. A wrongly used punctuation or a missing punctuation can change the entire meaning of a sentence. Punctuation primarily help to indicate the pause and the emphasis on certain ideas or thoughts that are discussed in the text. Particularly in academic writing, it is essential to accurately use punctuation as it helps to strengthen arguments that are made in the text. And punctuation fills our writing with silent intonation. We pause, stop, emphasize, or question using a comma, a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark. Correct punctuation adds clarity and precision to writing. It allows the writer to stop, pause, or give emphasis to certain part of the sentence.
And for the second speaker is Siti Amina. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Amina, the second speaker. Now we can move to the next materials about the 14 punctuation marks with examples. Each category serves its own purpose within a sentence or a text. While there are some differences between American and British punctuation styles, we will focus on the main examples instead of breaking down the slight differences. Let's take a closer look at each punctuation mark and its usage. Number 1, we got period, or we can call it as a point. This one is probably the most straightforward, also referred to as a full stop. The period denotes the end of a sentence. A full sentence is considered as one that is complete and declarative. Here an example of a period at the end of sentence. Cat. The cats run under the fence. Periods are also used in abbreviations such as in names or titles. Here an example of how to use a period in abbreviations. Doctor, period or point, Smith, read his patient charts, point. Mr. Point, H. Point. Water opened his front door. Second one is question mark. Question mark also ends a sentence. However, it ends a sentence that is direct questions. Typically, sentences that are questions begin with what, how, when, where, why, or who. Here's how to use a question mark in a sentence. How do you like your eggs? Why didn't you like the movie last night? Generally, a question mark also denotes a shift in tone in a sentence if it's being read out loud, so this is something to take note of. Third one is exclamation point. An exclamation point or exclamation mark is also used at the end of a sentence when that sentence expresses an intense emotion. The expression can be a variety of things, from excitement, disgust, anger, joy, or anything else. Exclamation points are meant to add emphasis for a sentence. Here, how to use one in a sentence. Look out behind you, she yelled. I'm so excited to go to the park tomorrow. The next one is comma. Commas are used to insert a pause into a sentence. The purpose of the pause can be for different reasons, such as to separate ideas, phrase, or even alter the structure of a sentence. Commas have a few different uses. Commas are used for a direct address such as Joe, it was nice to see you again. They are also used to spirit to complete sentence. He went to the library and then he went out for lunch. Commas can also be used to list items in a sentence. She went shopping and bought shoes, a dress, 2 shirts, and pair of pants. Okay, the next one is colon. Colon has 3 primary uses. One way to use it when introducing something, such as a quote, sample, a series, or an explanation. She took 4 classes last semester: history, biology, art, and economics. There are colons after semester. A colon can also be used to link 2 independent clauses if the second clause clarifies or completes the first one. For example, they didn't have time to wait, it was already late. Finally, a colon can also emphasize a subject in a sentence. I only had 1 vegetable, Brussels sprouts.
Speaker is Nur Adija Nasution. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. I am Nur Adija Nasution from the 6th group. I make this video for my class in the English for correspondence. And now I'm talking about the proper usage of punctuation. And now I'm talking about semicolon. Semicolon is similar to a colon. A semicolon links to the independent clause, however, in this case, the clauses are more closely related than when you would use a colon. For example, you can see here, both clauses are independent enough to be their own sentence, but instead of using a period, it's possible to use a semicolon to show both clauses are connected. Another less common use for semicolon is within a list that use commas. Have a look, you can see here. And the next is thus. Thus there are 2 types of thuses: the paired instance and use, and thus typically shorter in length, and thus is used to denote a range such as between numbers or dates. For example, you can see here, I put the example in my program, And about the M dash, this dash is longer and is sometimes used instead of other punctuation marks like commas, colons, or parentheses. There's an example here. And about the hyphen, hyphen not to be confused with dash. A hyphen is used in compound words when two or more words are connected. Here are some examples of the hyphenate words here. You can see here. And the next is brackets. Brackets are used to clarify something or for technical terms of explanation. It can also be used to clarify a subject when quoting another verse of the text. You can see example here. And about it for the next is braces. Yes, braces is unlikely you'll need to use braces very often unless you're writing a mathematical or technical text. However, it's still good to know so you don't accidentally use them instead of brackets or parentheses. Braces are usually used in operation. For example, you can see here. Okay, thank you. I think that's it from me. If I have a mistake, I say sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
For the third speaker is Muhammad Fari. Time is yours. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Parentheses. Parentheses are used to supply further details or information or as in science. Parentheses can often be replaced with the commas and the sentence would retain its meaning. For example, cat who is Matt's wife like to go for walks. Apostrophe. Apostrophes are meant to show that a letter or letters have been omitted and also to indicate to possessive or contraction. It can also be used to pluralize lowercase letters. There are some examples. I have been working from home for 6 months and it's great. Rebecca's dog's hand surgery yesterday. All that's left to do is do the is dot the is and cross that's quotation marks. Quotation marks used to denote text, speech, or words spoken by someone else. It is also used to indicate dialogue. I don't like this side mark. She told him that she prefers not to think about that. Ellipsis. An ellipsis is their periods used together to represent and omission of words or letters. They are often used to jump from one sentence or phrase to another while omitting unnecessary or obvious words. It also used when accusing someone and unnecessary words are left out. Here are some examples. At midnight, she began to count down 10, 9, 8, and then the ball dropped. When the Martin Luther King signed I Have a Dream, he was talking about civil rights and to racism. In conclusion, here is a summary of the topic we have covered quickly. This information is useful to the recipients and can help them understand. Okay everyone, that's all our presentation today. If you have any comment, questions, and suggestions, we really appreciate it. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.